I hope you all had a relaxing time over the holidays and are stuffed with food and love that you can now spread to more indie games because those never stop coming. So here are the upcoming games for January 2025. Like last month, though, I first need to talk about the game that has been released out of nowhere in December and that I have been looking forward to so much, and that is Pine: A Story of Loss, developed by Made Up Games and published by Fellow Traveler. This is a short interactive fiction game about a woodcutter who has recently lost his wife. I played the demo a while back, and this is about his daily routine that he has intercut with memories. It has a beautiful art style, incredible music, and I cannot wait to cry to it. So if you're in the mood for something like this, like I am, then get Pine: A Story of Loss now. First proper game of January is Götz, both developed and published by Sleepy Seed, which is another small German studio, so of course I need to give them a shout out. This is a turn-based puzzle game where you move units up and down these paths to defeat enemies or collect items. The game self-describes as a tough challenge, so be prepared to lose some battles with your knights. So if you have your thinky cap on for January, then this is definitely the game to get. The art is absolutely amazing, and from what I've read, the story fits right into it, meaning it doesn't take itself too seriously. Also, I just think that these characters look so neat, bobbing up and down the map. Like boing, boing. So Götz, which is an old-timey German name I absolutely love, by the way, will be available January 3rd. A game that I am so looking forward to is The Haunting of Joni Evers, developed by Causeway Studios and published by Indie.io. This is a walking simulator with an emotional story about a broken family. You couldn't make a game more my thing if you tried. I also played the demo for this one and absolutely loved the spooky atmosphere of the mansion. I'm guessing it's called Haunting for a reason. In typical walking simulator fashion, you go around and collect a lot of newspaper clippings, letters, and postcards to piece together what happened here and why Joni is alone in this house. I'm personally hoping for some heartbreaking family dynamics and a good cry. Is that a weird thing to say? I feel like that's just expected of me at this point, right? The Haunting of Joni Evers is gonna release on January 13th. I recently asked you guys in my community tab if I should include early access games in these lists, and you said yes. So here's the first one, Airborne Empire, developed by the Wandering Band LLC and published by them and Stray Fawn Publishing. This is a sequel to Airborne Kingdom, which I very much enjoyed, and like the title says, you build an empire in the sky. A very different sort of city builder, but one where I absolutely love the concept. The first one was very slow and cozy with like a fairy tale story on top. I would imagine that the sequel is very similar, but also has some twists. I know that they've built an RPG system into it. You now have little portraits for your NPCs, and they've also built combat into it. A demo is still available for this one if you want to dip your toes in. Otherwise, early access starts on January 13th. Take flight, Emperor! If you're into 18th century Spain, then The Stole of Madness is the game for you. Developed by The Game Kitchen and published by Tripwire Presents, this is a real-time tactical stealth game when you need to escape an insane asylum and uncover the mysteries of the monastery where you have been imprisoned in. The art is so grungy and dirty and depressing, and yes, that is absolutely an endorsement. I was not surprised to find out that this is by the studio who also did the Blasphemous games. Those also have like some weird Christian connotations, and they also don't seem very cheerful. This is also one that I will not be playing myself because I absolutely suck at tactical stealth. I don't know why, but my brain just cannot wrap around those games. But I definitely want you guys to know about it because it looks so good. This one also still has a demo app and it releases on January 28th. We need at least one bad crazy game every month, right? In January, that one is Techno Banter, developed by Dexai Arts and published by Crunching Koalas. As you can imagine, giving the title, the soundtrack for this one is electric music that will keep your blood pumping. You are a bouncer for the famous Green Door Club, and the rave never stops here. You need to either refuse or invite guests, depending on if they will make the party inside better or worse. How do you determine that? I honestly don't know yet, but I feel like vibe check is the correct term. If you refuse a patron in order to get rid of them, you need to come up with a quip or a quick-witted insult for more reasons that I don't understand. But who cares about reasons when you're here to party? Or at least you're keeping the party going, you know what I mean. This neopunk adventure will release on January 30th. Wake up, sleeper! Because if you don't, you will miss the release of Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector, which is a title that I'm convinced was only chosen because a German like me cannot properly pronounce it. Developed by Jump Over the Age and published by Fellow Traveler, this is of course the sequel to Citizen Sleeper, which was one of my favorite games of 2022. So I have very high expectations for this one. But judging by the demo that is unfortunately no longer available, I will get what I want and so much more. This is a dice-based RPG where rolls will determine how much you can achieve in one day. Super addicting, very rewarding, or crushing, depending. The sequel comes with new gameplay mechanics and a lot of the old charm. I can already tell you this is gonna be an early Game of the Year contender for me personally, and it will release on January 31st. And that's it for January. Are you thinking of getting any of these? Let me know. Otherwise, I will see you next month.